Your unhealed trauma attracts narcissists into your life. That is hard to hear, but please listen, pay attention. I'll break it down for you today so you can be empowered to do something about it. Because until you address and do the healing work, and I'll show you how to do that as well, you'll keep repeating the same patterns. So please, 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 if you're attracting narcissistic people into your relationships, into your life, and it's triggering you and it's causing you to sabotage your life, pay attention to this podcast. It will change your life. That's my guarantee. If you don't know who I am, my name is Lewis. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I'm a coach. I've coached over 10,000 people. I've written the book called The Inspired Life Method. I help people find their life's purpose, heal their trauma, and create a life that they love, including their relationships. So let's rock and roll straight into this. Actually, the only thing I want to ask from you guys, if you could subscribe and like this video and leave a comment below, it helps more than you realize. So thank you so much for doing that for me. Now, with that being said, let's rock and roll. So 3 things, I talk about this in a lot of my content. Number 1 is trauma. Trauma is what happens inside of us from what we go through. I like the quote from Dr. Gabor Mate. He says, trauma is not what happens to us, it's what happens inside of us. Beautiful. It's our perceptions, beliefs, and suppressed emotions based on our conditioning and what we go through. That's what trauma is. Second is a coping mechanism. It's what we do to overcompensate, overcome, protect ourselves from the trauma. Third is a trigger, something that reminds us of the trauma and activates the coping mechanism. Nothing triggers you, it reveals what's inside of you. Probably my most used quote. So remember this line here. What you run away from, you run into. Past hurt creates future fear, and what you fear, you create. I'll say that again. Past hurt creates future fear. What you fear, you create. What you run away from, you run into. So whatever trauma you haven't healed from, you're going to run away from it to protect yourself from it. But in doing so, you're going to be running into it and actually creating a life where it's actually always in your life. It's kind of crazy when you start to see this. And I'm going to do an exercise for you right now to prove it to you. If you've done this exercise with me, do it again. And you can actually use other words if you want to, okay? So I'm going to ask you some questions. It's going to be your parents. If you've done this before, you can use a partner, an ex-partner, anyone you have negative emotional resistance towards. So you don't like them, you wouldn't want to hang out with them, they annoy you, they piss you off, you just wouldn't want to be near them. Use whoever you want, but I usually use parents because it's a good way to prove this point really deeply. So start with mum or dad. Let's do dad first. Think of dad, whoever played that role for you. Think of that person. Don't judge your answers. Just speak your truth. And even if you love these people, still answer the questions. I love my parents. I can still answer these questions. So we're going to do dad right now. Think of dad. In a 1-word answer, what's the one thing you dislike most about dad? Think of your answers. It will be a trait, a behavior, or a part of him. Think of it. Now, if you can, answer it 3 times. Come up with 3 1-word answers for that question. Pause the video if you need more time, and then we're going to move on to the next person. We're going to do mum. And do the exact same process. Think of mum, whoever played that role for you. In a 1-word answer, what's the one thing you dislike most about mum? And answer it 3 times. It might be control, manipulation, dismissed, anger, lying, belittling, judgment, unseen, unheard, unsafe, whatever it may be. There are 4,628 traits that human beings can display. So pause the video, come up with your answers if you can. Now, let's rock and roll. The words you just came up with, take a moment to reflect on what I'm about to say. Your words you came up with are wounds of yours. They're traumas of yours. They're moments in time that were overwhelming or underwhelming, too much or not enough. And these are the things you attract into your life. These are things you attract into your relationships. These are things that you get triggered by when someone does these things to you. And you will have coping mechanisms because of them. Let that drop in for a moment. You run away from these things, you run into them, you then get triggered by them when people do them to you, and you overcompensate from them. There's deeper layers to this that I've done on other trainings, but I'm going to keep it at that for now. So now, here's another reframing I want to help you guys with. When you hear the word narcissist, this person is a narcissist. This person is a narcissistic person. I want to give you a different perception on this because I think the way people label it is what fucks with people. I'll use this example actually. If you're a parent, it's easy. Think of a baby. If you're not a parent, think of humans, little babies, those little things that look like potatoes. So think of children and answer this question. When a baby is born, what parts of the baby is worthy of love? It's an obvious answer. Don't overthink the question. When a baby is born, what parts of a baby is worthy of love? The answer is obvious. All parts of the baby. But then we go through trauma or life or pain, and we learn that some parts of us are not lovable. Those words you came up with for mum and dad are parts of you that you don't love. Because here's the thing. Every single fucking human on this planet does every single trait. You've been mean before, you've been nice before, you've lied before, you've been honest before, you've been giving before, you've been taking before, you've been controlling, you've been manipulative, you've been angry, you've been abusive, you've done all the things, all the words you came up with, you've done them before. Every single human has all traits, the narcissistic traits and the altruistic traits. We have them all. So what I did, just to get a bit of fun here, I actually went to ChatGPT and I said, can you list out all of the traits and behaviors that a narcissist does? Use one-word answers. And here's some words that it came up with. And I think it gave me 50. So I'm not going to read them all out, but arrogant, manipulation, entitled, superficial, controlling, dismissive, exploitative, I can't even say that, domineering, selfish, deceptive, vindictive, demanding, boastful, gaslighting, attention-seeking, critical, grandiose, jealous, blaming, cold, lying, shaming, insecure. List goes on. If you want to read the whole thing, I'll just scrolling through it quickly on my computer screen. You can pause it if you want to. Now, guess what? You have done, and I have done, and everyone has done every single fucking word on that list. We all have. Now, if you're lying to yourself or being dismissive or being arrogant in this moment saying, I never do that, you're being very narcissistic right now. You've done all traits. A baby, all parts of the baby is lovable. There is no such thing as a bad part of a human. This is a triggering line. I don't say this very often. I say it more so with my private clients or my clients that work with me once they've done some work with me. Or there are no such things as bad traits, events, or people. Only lopsided perceptions created by human polarization. That was a mouthful. Let me say it again. There is no such things as bad traits, events, or people. Only lopsided perceptions created by human polarization. If anyone's done Dr. John Demartini's work, he is phenomenal. He talks about perceptions and lopsided perceptions. All of the things that you call narcissistic, which is what your trauma is, those traits and behaviors, those are the things that you judge others for. And it's a part of you. You might have heard your perception is a projection. So the things we go through, let me link this all up because I've given you a lot of pieces of the puzzle right now. So what you go through in your life that we call trauma, that is painful, bad, too much or not enough, overwhelming or underwhelming, it will become a part of a human, a trait or a behavior, something that someone did or didn't do. We used the list of your parents earlier. Those parts of you become parts, so those traits and behaviors are parts of you that you then disown and you shame. You try to hide those parts of who you are. You then live life trying to run away from these things. You're trying to avoid these traits, but in doing so, you're looking for them. If I tell you right now, don't look for a yellow bus, what are you thinking about? A yellow fucking bus. So those traits and behaviors, your trauma, are things you're living life through, or you're living life, trying to avoid those things. You're running, I'll use a silly example. So say I get attacked by a tiger right now. Let's call that trauma. And it attacked me, I go into fight or flight, and I don't process it. It's unhealed trauma. I would then live life trying to avoid tigers, trying to not look for tigers. You're doing the same thing with your trauma that you haven't healed from. Say you got abandoned. You're living life trying to not be abandoned, trying to avoid abandoned, trying to find people who don't abandon you. But in doing so, you're looking for it. Don't look for a yellow bus. Don't look for being abandoned. You're looking for it. Past hurt creates future fear. You create what you fear. I hope this is starting to drop in. So, to wrap this up to what we were saying before, narcissists or a narcissistic person is a label. It's just a label of a set of traits and behaviors. And all of those traits and behaviors, every fucking human does. Now, if you're dismissing yourself and saying, no, I never do that, that's your ego. Your ego generalizes, distorts, and deletes. It wants to hide the parts of itself that you think are bad. That's what trauma is. Those are parts of you that you don't love. So you try to hide those parts of who you are. But you've done them. We've all done them. But it takes honesty and courage to do real healing work. And I've got testimonials from clients that have been abused, sexually abused, assaulted, abandoned, controlled, manipulated, list goes on, who have been able to heal from their wounds by recognizing and owning that every single human has all traits. When a baby is born, all parts of a baby is worthy of love. So let's close this loop off for today. You attract narcissistic people into your life because of the unhealed trauma you haven't addressed yet. You're running away from it and you run into it. That's why you keep attracting similar people who reflect the same bullshit back to you, the same triggers, the same traits, because the wound hasn't been healed yet. What do we want to do about this? We want to heal through the wound. We want to do a healing process on those traits and behaviors that you came up with before. Those parts of you that are bad, that you had pain around, heal from them. You'll stop running away from them. You'll stop running into them. You'll stop getting triggered by them, and you'll stop overcompensating because of them. And until you do that, you'll keep repeating the same patterns. So that's my invitation to you to heal. So I hope you got some value from this, because I hear this word so often. This person's narcissistic. This person's narcissistic. I've attracted another narcissist. It's like every single human I talk to apparently is dating. Think of this. Think of someone that you know who was in a relationship, who's broken up with them. Chances are they're going to call that person a narcissist. It's like, is every single fucking human a narcissist now? And the thing is, I actually believe every human has the narcissistic parts to them. But you also have the altruistic parts to you as well. There is no such thing as a one-sided human. I've got my narcissistic traits, or the narcissistic traits within me, and so do you. I have the altruistic traits within me, and so do you. We have all parts of us. We're fucking humans. But if you think some parts of you are bad, which is what comes from trauma, you run away from them, you run into them, you get triggered by them, you overcompensate from them, and you just repeat the same patterns over and over and over again. I'll leave you with this line. It's a quote around healing or growth or whatever you want to call it. Healing is learning to love all parts of who you are. Absolutely love it. So I hope you got value from this. I'd love to hear your answers, your thoughts, your takeaways. And if you want to work with me, and I'll give you my healing processes, which heal trauma in one process, it's absolutely life-changing. There's a free trial and a one-on-one call down below. So go grab a free trial, and you get a one-on-one call with me when you join, and you can cancel whenever you want, and it's only $49 a month. Super affordable. Love to serve you. The link is down below. Thank you. If you got value from this, please give it a share, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, just so I can help some more people. I love and appreciate you. Heal from your stuff so you stop attracting narcissistic people into your life. Thank you. I appreciate you. See you soon. Bye.